Hello and welcome back for our last match with Blue White Red Thopter Cruise. We are on the plane. We're going to keep a pretty robust hand. Good against combo because of Force Will, good against control and mid-range because of Sensei's Divining Top, good against aggro because of Lightning Bolt. So really the complete package. Going to lead with Arid Mesa over Flooded Strand because most of the time we're going to get a non-basic and Arid Mesa is just better at that. And here we can cast top, say go. Stifling our Arid Mesa. Okay. With that information, I guess we will fetch a basic, cast top, and ship back. So they're going to daze our top. I'm willing to fight over this. I think top's worth it. So, my guess is they're on Rug Delver. I'd much rather have Thopter Foundry than a Brainstorm if we have Sensei's Divining Top in play all of the time. Like, it doesn't fuel Treasure Cruise, but it is one half of the way that we're actually going to end up killing them. So, which of these cards do we actually want to have? I guess, on balance, we'd like to have Slice and Dice. Like, if they have Young Pyromancer, then we would love to dice that up. So they flip their Delver with Daze, which is pretty gross for us. Okay, so they're Bug Delver, which I guess makes sense. Forgot for a sec that they have Daze, so we're just going to take our lumps. Top in their end step. Oh, or just die. Dying is also reasonable. Yeah, we are real dead. Entirely reasonable that we should have forced that Stifle, but I don't have a good answer for, like, whether it was better to force it or try and fight over top. It was probably right to just force Stifle, and that was like where I ended up losing this game. So, anyway, seeing as this is a blue deck in Legacy, Pyro in, Slice and Dice out. They're a Delver deck, so I'm not super hyped about Counterbalance. I think we can just grind them out the old-fashioned way. Like, we're going to want all of our plows to connect. I think I would rather have Counterspell than Counterbalance. Yeah, I think this is just fine. I think we ran bad. And played bad that one turn. Keeping this one. Going to mental note ourselves. I think we probably have to save the plows for Tarmogoyfs, but Deathrite Shaman's also going to do a number on us. Probably best to just get that out of here. Like, we have Snapcaster. And once we have one non-basic in play, you just want all non-basics. Because, like, Wasteland's going to hurt you regardless. You may as well keep all your colors. So, plowing first to beat Double Daze. Don't want Force Will, don't want Volcanic. And then we're just going to fetch and top on their end step. And have access to, like, Snap Plow. Sylvan's annoying. So that draws them like 4 cards. That's pretty good. This one draws us a lot of cards. We got 8, so we get to keep a plow in our graveyard. Realistically though, we're gonna Thought Scour first, which is basically a Dark Ritual. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cool. Well, there's our Sylvan Library, but we don't have to pay 12 life for that one. So, like, the theory of this deck should beat all of the, like, black-green X disruption decks by virtue of just Treasure Cruise being better than what they've got going on. So I'm going to cut off, like, their ability to fight with a bunch of, like, Pierces and Brainstorms into other cards. Like, we're just going to cast this on our main phase. Because, like, we know we're going to do it, so may as well have as much of their mana tapped and give them access to as few of their cards as possible. Oh, gross. Yeah, I mistapped. That's disgusting. Oops. And 2 Volcanics, right? Oh, 3 Volcanics. Why do I keep making this mistake? Don't need this scene. Don't need that scene. Don't need that scene. Okay. So now we have a fresh top of our deck. We have Spell Snare for their Tarmogoyf. So they're going to pay 4 for it. They're going to pay 8 for 2 cards. They choose not to shuffle. We're going to Spell Snare this one. They boarded out Dazes because they're on the draw, so they don't have any counteraction there. They go cruising. And they pass. Okay. So we're going to try and flash back this Treasure Cruise. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cool, they're resolved. I did not expect that. Well, They can't really pay more life because they already have like way more cards in hand than they need. So it makes you wonder, what do they have in their hand? Like, their main constraint is mana, that's clear. So we're gonna look at the top 3 and draw in response. They still needle top rather, which is fine. I'm not really that impatient. I'm happy letting them trade across here. So they want one trade but not the other. A little odd, but happy to mill myself through the Sensei's Divining Top into the Lightning Bolt for that. Hold up Force Will for whatever they've got. They've got 3 Tarmogoyfs in exile. So they're probably just out of threats, right? Yeah. I can't imagine passing here with a threat in hand, rather. That's fine. So we have our island exiled. Yeah, so we have no more fetchables. So these should stay in hand as padding against him to Torok. In case we draw Brainstorm, Mental Note, or Thought Scour. So we're through 1 Brainstorm and a Mental Note, 2 Thought Scours, 3 Thought Scours. So we've got 3 Thought Scour effects left in our deck. I'm super fine letting them counter this. Also, I am very committed to countering their threats. In fairness, like, so they're gonna Thought Scour themselves. Our counter on their Vendilion Click resolves. And we're good. They milled over Wasteland and Bitter Blossom. Bitter Blossom, the Pauper's Thopter Foundry, so to speak. Can't imagine they have like Surgical or Extirpate in their deck here. It would be adorable. Like, if you can ever tag a Treasure Cruise, like, in theory you're ahead, but Anyway. So they're going cruising. Again. It seems clear to me that they cut all of their counters. Like, haven't seen a single one all game. Their exile is just like mono threats and dig. And like stifle, which doesn't really count. Could not care less about stifle right now. So they're going to wasteland us off of Force of Will. Cast all their Delvers. We're going to plow one of them. Two, three, four, 5, 6, 7. Gonna peel 3. Envelop, that's adorable. Nope. Keep bringing it, please. So they're gonna brainstorm. Pierce doesn't do it, Flusterstorm does. And their own Force would, but like, I don't think they have them in their deck. Okay, I stand corrected. So they reveal Force Will on top of their deck. Can't realistically attack until they have another Delver. Okay, so that's their third cruise. So they have 2 Force of Wills. So our job is to cast 2 spells in the same turn. The spell center is looking pretty bad right now. Ugh. Okay. Well, Thopter Foundry at this juncture is going to force them to force pitching force. They don't. Which is fascinating. So they have force pitching force to protect their Null Rod. Okay, so we still have a nice out, which is we have a bolt that we can peel. Just like go upstairs. Also, they're entirely unprotected against crews, so let's see what we can do there. 3, 4, 5. No. 6, 7. Cool. Yeah, they're hellbent, so we just need to dig through time into our last lightning bolt. Which we didn't hit. Such a pity. So we take Pyroblast Plow. And Bolt is in the last 6. So if we attack here, he blocks, he goes to 1. He can't fetch. And he has to have a removal spell. If he has Golgari Charm, we're entirely out of the game. Actually, no. It just doesn't make sense to attack until next turn when we can plow and attack. And we're still winning a race even with 2 Thopters. Like, we have a 3-turn clock with him at 6 and 2 Thopters versus our 4-turn clock with us at 12 and him having a true name Nemesis. Oh, or that. Goulet. Upstairs! That's game! Nope, counter that. Game 3, let's go! Well, that was really delightful. I had a lot of fun. Cutting a force will because Mize... Bringing in a wear tear. Yeah, that's about it. Ooh, Chromox can get out. Yeah, other wear tear can probably get in. We can always, like, scour it. There's just, like, enough uses between Needle, Library, and Null Rod that I think it's fine. So, how are you supposed to play against a Deathrite Shaman? I think you just sit on your self-mill. Let the game come to you. No need to rush this. We already saw that we're favored in a long game. Just need to get Deathrite Shaman off the table with minimal damage done to us. Okay, so opponent missed 2 on their own graveyard there, which could have been intentional or not. They didn't have a stop set, so I'm going with unintentional. So we're going to mental note here. Milling our Academy runes, that's tough. Milling Thought Scour and Plow, okay. So we're going to brainstorm here. Back sword and play Scalding turn, we don't need this many fetches. So we don't want to tap through Pyroblast at this point. And time is a factor. So they're going for Treasure Cruise. And they probably have a piece of counter magic to back it up. Probably could have activated this at a more strategic point to play around Stifle. Yeah, I forgot about that one again. Like, if we get jammed on red, then that's just like a game-losing mistake. In what should have been like a pretty well set up path to an end game with Thopter Sword. Okay. Alright. So, we don't need any of this stuff. And we're fundamentally fine taking 6 and waiting until we can protect. Like, the last thing we want to do is get null rotted. And we have a way to get Wear Tear back. Ugh. That was not what I wanted to see. Yeah. That's just real bad for us. Cold comfort, really. Also, we should have thought scoured this away, and it should have hit this and plow, and then our cruise would have drawn us into plow and the next 2 cards in our deck. So, another pretty bad mistake. We're just dead in 2. Have to try and keep their board down. Well, that was our out. So we go to 5, and then they can deal a 7. Okay, so we got a 1. And we have to do everything now because if they peel stifle, then they stifle this trigger and kill us exactly. Well, I guess subconsciously I somehow knew that I needed this wear tear because, like, the actual out was to draw it and then draw Thopter Foundry at some point, and protect Thopter Foundry from Pithing Needle and Null Rod. And now we just need them to not have another Abrupt Decay. And it is so nice that they do not. I guess we're still dead, huh? We go to 1, and then we take 7, and we can only gain up to 6. It's a little tough. Oh well. It was a good game. We messed up with Stifle. We had to use a Force Will that we shouldn't have had to use. And they kill us. And that is our final match of the evening. This has been Blue, White, Red Thopter Cruise. I hope you have enjoyed watching, and I hope you learned a little something. Let me know what you thought in the comments, and I will hopefully be back either later this week or early next. Have a wonderful time. And if you're in DC, actually, if you're in DC, I will see you. I will be playing the Standard Open. Haven't decided with what yet. But yeah, if you want to see me flesh and blood playing physical Magic the Gathering, Washington DC, January 24th, 25th, StarCityGames.com Standard Open, I will be there. I hope to see you there too. Bye bye.